Welcome to Bajigur with Angroni. I'm Gary Wiryawan, and today we're going to talk about this little guy, the DJI Osmo Pocket. So a lot of people already know what this is. This is the DJI Osmo Pocket. So this is a small camera with a built-in gimbal so that it can record stabilized video footage up to 4K 60 frames per second. So about this camera in December 2018, and I've been using it every day ever since. Today I want to talk about some of my thoughts about this camera, what are the positives, what are the negatives, how I use it, and how I solve the external audio problem by building a small rig for it to carry around. So let me start by sharing first how I use it every day. So I mainly use this camera for vlogging, for making b-rolls, and also for product videos, as well as acting as my EDC video camera. What I mean by EDC is everyday carry little camera, because it is pocketable. You can put it inside your pocket and carry with you everywhere. Now I want to show you some positive things about the DJI Osmo Pocket, as well as why did I choose the Osmo Pocket over other camera. First, it has an excellent 4K at 60 frames per second in good light. That means you can take some really good slow motion b-roll using this camera. And because it is small and pocketable and it doesn't really look like a serious camera, then it really becomes inconspicuous when you use it. If you start vlogging on the road and you do this and you start talking to it, people won't really notice you. They will see the camera, but they won't really think it's a professional camera, so that you can really keep a low profile. Now, the recent few updates has enabled me to use this Osmo Pocket without the phone, and that means I don't really have to attach my phone like this and making it look large. For those who don't know, back before the updates, you have to use the phone to access the pro features, such as to change the shutter speed, to use the CND color profile, and to access some other stuff that in my opinion is crucial for using the Osmo Pocket. So because I always have this camera with me everywhere, it has become really critical for my creative life. I can quickly turn it on. It turns on in less than just 5 seconds. It is now ready to record. I can just triple tap it, flip the camera, and I can start vlogging and record some of my ideas here, like I'm doing right now. Right now I'm trying to vlog quickly with this camera, just to give you an idea how it looks, how it feels, how it sounds without any external microphone attached. It's just really nice to have this kind of camera that you can reach inside your pocket anytime and just pour out ideas and then edit later. So the DJI Osmo Pocket also has the object tracking mode, which means the camera and the gimbal will work together to track the object that you choose to track, so that if you move the camera around, it will always point back to the object, making it really good for capturing like fast action or for vlogging when you cannot have steady hand always pointing right at you. Some other thing that I noticed is the built-in mic is sufficient enough for me for vlogging every day. Like for casual stuff, it's good enough. It can really bring up your voice and project it well enough so that you can hear what you're saying, and it's not muddy, and you can use it for everyday situation. Right, so traffic's not really bad today. It's pretty okay, and weather's also good. It's currently 27 degrees Celsius. However, DJI recently released this audio adapter which has the 3.5mm audio input jack, so that you can plug it in into your Osmo Pocket and use whatever external microphone that you have. Other reason why I really like the Osmo Pocket is because you already have the built-in gimbal with this camera. It will guarantee to give you better stabilization compared to using a regular optical stabilization like in this camera, or electronic stabilization like in the phone. Other thing that I want to mention is that this camera has a good enough battery life. I can comfortably shoot for the whole day without any problem, and because it has a USB-C port for charging, which is coincidentally the same as the USB-C port on my phone, then both of these two devices can share the same charger, and that also means that if I run low on battery with the DJI Osmo Pocket, I can charge it using my portable power bank. So what I want you to understand from the DJI Osmo Pocket is that if you set your expectation right, you can really make this camera work really well for you. This DJI Osmo Pocket camera will be the perfect auxiliary video camera that will enable you to create more content, be more creative, explore some more ideas, and just really help you to get the job done. But you have to really understand what kind of camera is this. This is a camera that is aimed for creative people, for a digital content creator, for everyday creator, for traveler, for people who wants to document their everyday life. But I must say to you that this is not a professional video camera, although it can be if you know what you're doing with it. I will still suggest you to get a proper mirrorless or DSLR with interchangeable lens for professional video work. But again, for traveling, for YouTube stuffs, for everyday stuffs, for casual stuffs, for recording your ideas, casual vlogging, and for semi-professional work, I think the DJI Osmo Pocket is the perfect little video camera. So I also want to share to you a little bit of the negatives that I found from using this camera after a few months. First, it's not really that good for low light. It's not the best for low light. You see that the camera is really small and the size of the sensor inside it is really small. It's just like the same sensor size as the one on your phone. It cannot really capture a large amount of light inside it, and that means in low light it will suffer. Second negative problem is that it only has a single focal length. You cannot really change the lens. You cannot really zoom in or zoom out. Although if you record in 4K and then publish in 1080, you can do the digital zooming, crop it, and it will still be sharp enough and it'll act like a digital zoom. I'm not yet aware if there's any telephoto clip-on lens for this one, but I know that there is some wide-angle clip-on lens for this one, which from the videos that I watched so far doesn't really look that good, but you can still use it for more casual kind of video. And third problem that I find with the DJI Osmo Pocket is that the autofocus is not really that good for short distance focusing. So if you focus really close on a subject that has a very short distance, the autofocus will suffer and it will not properly lock onto the object and you will miss focus. Now, before I end the video, I want to show you my DJI Osmo Pocket rig that I assembled together for vlogging using external microphone. So this is my solution for vlogging with an external microphone using the Osmo Pocket. As you can see here, there is a cold shoe adapter that you can use to install your external microphone, like a Rode Video Micro or similar microphones, and then quickly connect the cable into the audio adapter into the Osmo Pocket, and then you can quickly vlog with it. And using this small little tripod that I assembled on this rig, you can have flexible tripod that you can put on the table, or maybe you can grab it together and use it sort of like traditional vlogging rig. So this is my solution when I really need to use an external microphone so that I can have a better audio quality. But again, as I said earlier, the built-in microphone of the Osmo Pocket isn't really that bad. So usually I ended up recording with just the Osmo Pocket by itself without anything attached to it. By a little bit of sound editing in my video editing programs, I can really bring up the quality of the microphone up a notch so that your speech becomes more audible and easier to listen. So yeah, after 6 months owning and using the DJI Osmo Pocket, I can comfortably say that I will keep using this DJI Osmo Pocket for as long as I can. I am really happy with its performance. I am happy how this camera inspires me to become more creative, to become more spontaneous, to be able to record my ideas more quickly, to be able to have a camera that can document me every day in a good enough quality, and have a camera that can help me to assist me in creating digital content. So if DJI listens to me and they are gonna upgrade the DJI Osmo Pocket to the next generation, then what do I want? Okay, so there are a few things that I want if the DJI Osmo Pocket gets upgraded. First, I want to be able to use a slightly wider lens than this. Like this is an equivalent of 28mm in full frame camera. So that is wide, but it's not wide enough for me. I would really like to go as wide as 24mm so that I can really get more on the frame rather than just my face when I'm vlogging like that. Second, I want a built-in tripod mount underneath maybe or somewhere. At least I can just put it on a tripod and set it down so that I don't have to use a rig like this. I think those are the only two things that I want from it. I might also want it to have a better battery life and better low light performance when it gets upgraded. But really, even without the upgrade, right now I'm happy using it. So that is all for today's video about the DJI Osmo Pocket. I hope that you find this video to be inspiring and useful for you. Please let me know down below if you have any questions about the DJI Osmo Pocket. Also, if you are currently using a DJI Osmo Pocket, let me know how you are using it down below. Please also support my channel by liking this video and subscribing to my channel. Thank you and goodbye.